A WordPress plugin is a piece of software that adds functionality to your WordPress site. Now this video is going to show you how to locate, add, and activate plugins for your WordPress site. Now to do this, we need to log into the dashboard area of our site, and I've already done that here. If you've not or haven't done so before, just put the URL to your WordPress site up here in the address bar of your browser, follow that by a /wp-admin, hit enter, and then a box is going to pop up asking for your login credentials. Enter that stuff, log in, then come on over here to the left side here of your main menu, and when you hover over the plugins link, you'll get this flyout menu that has three options. The editor, which you really should stay away from unless you know what you're doing, add new, and the installed plugins. Now you can get to the add new section from here within installed plugins. So let's go ahead and check this out. And this shows you a list of all the currently installed plugins on your site. Those that are currently installed but not activated will have the activate link here just below the title. Those that are activated will have a deactivate link just below the title. As you can see here, the delete feature is not available to those that are currently activated. You have to first deactivate the plugin before you can delete it. And just to the right of those items, you've got the description. Most of that's pretty self-explanatory. Now, if you come on up here to the top, we can click on the Add New link. That'll take us to the page where we can add plugins. Now, you can search for plugins several different ways. By just adding the name of a plugin you know of in this search box, click on Search Plugins, and it'll take you directly to the WordPress.org site where all the plugins are at, and then you can just click on the Search Plugins, and that will open up the plugins directory from within the WordPress.org site, but it'll do so all from within your site. You can do the same thing by clicking on Featured, Popular, Newest, or checking out some of those items that are listed under the Popular Tags feature. You can also go directly to the WordPress.org plugins directory and download a plugin that you're familiar with to your site and then use the upload feature here. Now all of these will install a zipped folder that contains the plugins files. Another way you can install a plugin is by way of an FTP client like FileZilla, for example, but that method requires you to unzip the plugin folder first. So let's go ahead and demonstrate installing and activating a plugin from within our WordPress site, and then I'll show you how to do it outside of WordPress using that FTP client. So let's go ahead and check out Featured, and it'll bring us to the WordPress.org plugins directory, but again, right from within our site. And we can just go through here and search for one that looks pretty interesting to us. Well, let's go ahead and install the Tumblr importer, because maybe I've got posts or content on my Tumblr site that I want to import over to my new WordPress site. Go and click on Install Now, click on OK. Now that it's successfully installed, click on Activate to activate that plugin. Now you see we've got two of them that are currently activated. Now let's download a plugin to our computer and install and activate that plugin by way of an FTP client. So let's head on over to WordPress.org. As you can see right now at the time of this recording, there's a little over 30,000 free plugins here. A word of warning, if you come across a plugin that you want to install and activate on your site, but it's not located here on WordPress.org, then you might want to be very careful about it, because these plugins have to pass a strict test to make sure they're not loaded down with malware and viruses before they're accepted here on WordPress.org. So if they're not on WordPress.org, maybe they didn't pass that test, or maybe they haven't applied for it yet. In either case, I would stick to free plugins only found on WordPress.org, but that's just me. But let's go ahead and pick out an item from the most popular section here, Contact Form. And there's a lot of information here for the plugins. And another thing you want to be wary of is when was it last updated, how many downloads, and what kind of ratings does it have. If it's been downloaded several thousand times but has an average 1-star rating, you probably want to stay away from it. And if it hasn't been updated in several years, another telltale sign you probably want to stay away from it. Let's go ahead and download this to our computer. Navigate to the location on your computer where you want to download it to. Now let's head over to that location and unzip it, because to install a plugin by way of an FTP client, it has to be unzipped. So I'm going to use my handy dandy 7-zip extractor. And another thing too, depending upon how you extract these plugins, you want to make sure that what you're uploading to your server through that FTP client is a folder that contains the contents, not a folder that contains the folder that contains the contents. Okay, that folder contains the contents. It doesn't have another folder inside of that one that says Contact Form 7 that then contains the contents. Hopefully that made sense. Anyway, and that's what I'm going to be uploading to my server by way of my FTP client called FileZilla. Now, I've already logged in, and you want to make sure that you're uploading that to the proper directory, and that is inside of your root directory. You'll see a folder titled WP-content. Inside of that is a folder titled plugins. That's where you want to go. That's where I'm at right now. You can see this is the one that we just uploaded by way of our WordPress site, and this is the one I want to upload now. So I'm just going to select that, right click, left click on upload, and it's fully uploaded. So let's go ahead and get on out of here. That's all we need the FileZilla for. Come on back to our site, and let's refresh this page here. And there's the new one that we just uploaded by way of our FTP client. Let's go ahead and click on activate, and now we've got those 3 that are currently activated. Now, if we wanted to delete these plugins, you can do so individually or in bulk. But remember, first we have to deactivate them. So I'm going to select both of those, come up here to the bulk actions drop-down, click on deactivate, click on apply. Then we're going to select those again. I'm going to go ahead and add Hello Dolly to the deletion process. And then come on up here to the bulk action drop-down, click on delete, click on apply. Then you get this warning message. Yes, I want to delete these and the data within them, and there we are. Now, in closing, some people will say that having too many plugins will slow down your site. That's not altogether true. What might be true with that statement is that having too many badly coded plugins will slow down your site. Because I've seen some sites that have 30 or 40 or more plugins that have an excellent load time, and then I've seen other sites that have 5 or 10 plugins that have a terrible load time. So again, it's not so much the number of plugins that you have installed, it's how well coded those plugins are. And that's going to bring us to the end of this video on WordPress plugins. Thanks for watching, and you have a great day.